Cooking with Gaspar. Welcome to my channel. Tonight I will do a chicken tender with onion, purple onion, tomato, and kale. So we can start right now to do the dish. I have the chicken tenders here washed up, dried out, paper towel. It is already dry. So I put my special spice mix on. The spice mix, you have a couple of things inside: cayenne pepper, paprika. I have a little onion powder and salt. So I take, for one person, you need only 3. Put it in flour now and turn it around and keep it on the side just for a second. Well, before I do that one, I want to finish my couscous. I will serve it with couscous. So I put it here on the side and I finish my couscous right now. For the couscous, I have very fine diced purple onion and a little bit yellow bell peppers. So the couscous is just cooked, finished now. I add the vegetables to that. Mix it together. I mix it now. So I'm mixing the couscous. The couscous ratio of 1 cup couscous, 1 cup warm water, and cook it for a couple of minutes. So now that one is ready, I will cover it again, turn up the heat. And what I do now for the couscous, I like to do a little almond, and we sautéed a little almond in butter. Okay, I have a butter here. I'm putting a little my almond inside and brown it up a little bit. Put it all in. I can add a little bit olive oil. Okay, so take a couple of minutes. You have to watch it that it don't burn. Okay, now you can see it. They're browning up nicely. When I take it up to the heat, and right away add it to my couscous. I lived in Morocco for many, many years as a young chef, and we did a lot of couscous there, and they did always nuts inside, not a lot of pistachio, almond, and all kind of stuff, so I kind of like to do that one too. So now we mix it together. The couscous is ready. You can put a little bit parsley inside if you like. So and now we do the last minute. I put a little bit Mediterranean piced feta cheese. Leave it a little long, it will be melt. Again, mix it together. You can put the heat on a little bit, but you don't, just light heat. And just cover it for a second, and they will be melt together. And let's go, we do the chicken now, and I'll be right back. Heat on. We're sauteing now the chicken tenders. I put a little olive oil. And as I told you, I put it in flour. We take it out from the flour, put it inside. And lightly, you don't have to put it on the high heat. Make sure that you shake it, the chicken tenders, that you don't have too much flour. When you saute it from both sides. And I will be right back. So I'm sauteing the chicken tenders from both sides, lightly. You don't need to brown it up. And now it's halfway done. I can start to adding my onion, purple onion. I like a lot of onion. Add a little bit garlic. A little bit salt, just a little bit. Saute it for a few minutes. And now what I like to use, I use the sherry cooking wine. I deglaze that one. And I add a little bit touch of red wine vinegar, I'm sorry. Just a touch of little red wine vinegar. Almost like I make it sweet and sour. So I cook it a little bit. You can cover it for few seconds. So it's sauteing nicely, as you can see it. So now add my tomato. That's for one person. I use maybe 6, 7, 8 little tomatoes. At that point I will add just a little bit butter to that one. Let's cover it. And I will be right back. So now, I think so we sauteed enough. The tomato is nice tender. And I like to do that. I do a lot of onion because my family, included myself, like the onions. I eat raw onion daily. So the last what I put, a little chopped kale. And I can tell you about kale. Kale is kind of like most underrated vegetable in the state. I don't know what reason, but it's a wonderful dish, wonderful vegetable. As you can see it, and very healthy. Just a couple of more minutes, just blanch it up a little bit and keep the color. Even if you don't cook it, just a little bit, even raw, will be good to eat it. So as you can see it, they come together nicely, the dish. I will taste it now. Wonderful. Maybe a little salt. Put a little bit salt. Add a little bit butter to deglaze the pan. Reduce the heat completely. Cover it. The next thing I do, I serve my couscous on the plate. It's up to you how much you want to put on, you know, couscous, and you say that very nicely. You can put parsley inside if you like it also. Okay, the chicken is ready to serve. It's the chicken, put it on the couscous. I love the onions. You can see it, there's a lot of onion here. I want to see the chicken too a little bit. It's an easy recipe, anybody can do it. As you see it, we're done with them in no time. The couscous take a little bit more time, but it's just a nice dish for your family. Here is my final dish. Chicken tenders with purple onion, kale, tomato, cherry tomato, couscous on the bottom, and a little bit butter on cherry vine. Hopefully you enjoy the recipe and see you next time.